Well, hello there. Welcome to the channel. This is Dave with Gen 3D Tech. Today we're taking a look at Ninjutso Hyperskates and we'll be installing them on the Ninjutso Katana Wireless. Let's check it out. Alright, so Ninjutso came out with their own brand of Hyperskates for their Katana Wireless, and I believe currently they only have these Hyperskates for just their own mouse. I think they discussed that maybe they might make some for other mice, but I think this is just a trial to see how it goes. And I did get a slight discount being a Katana user. I think it was a 20% discount if you ordered it by a certain day, which I think is already passed. But I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in adding these Hyperskates to your Katana Wireless, or if you plan on getting a Katana Wireless and you want to get a pair with it. Besides the glass feet, you get an extra pair of PTFE feet, just in case, I guess, if you don't like them, you can go back to the PTFE feet that come with it, which honestly, I've been pretty happy with the PTFE feet that come with this mouse. Didn't really have a problem whatsoever, but I thought I'd try with the glass feet on these anyways. You get this little card in here, basically says made of tempered glass, ultra round edge, hyper smooth, 0.7 millimeter thick, and 2 sets included, which they need 1 set of glass, 1 set of PTFE. And the I guess they did testing with this thickness that it won't affect the LOD. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these skates off and get the glass skates on. One thing is a bummer, they don't include a alcohol wipe. Like most other pad sets, they usually include alcohol wipes to clean off the adhesive residue that's left over. Unfortunately, I didn't get one in my kit, but I'll just use one from one of my other kits. There, much better. It would be nice if Ninjutsu, if you would include just a couple alcohol wipes in your kit, just for the future is all. Anyways, you just take the adhesive tab off the back, peel it off. And voila, Hyperskates installed. Just first impressions when I'm comparing this to Super Glides and Lethal Gaming Gear skates. I would say these feel initially a little bit slower, so I'll be interested to see if these slow down even more like most of the skates do, or if they stay the same. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give these things a good testing for the next few days on a bunch of different pads, and then I'll come back to this review and give you my conclusion. And now we go into the future. Alright, so it's been about a week and I've been play testing these mouse skates on my Katana Wireless, and honestly, these are my favorite glass skates that I have so far. Stylistic wise, they're definitely not as nice as the Super Glides, but they're definitely a step up from Lethal Gaming Gear. But I think Lethal Gaming Gear is trying to save money and offer these a little bit cheaper. For price comparison, the Hyperskates are $16,
and I believe when I bought these, they gave me a small discount because I was a Katana owner. I don't think they're offering that anymore, but I think I ended up paying only $12 or something like that. I bought these on sale for $15, but the normal price is $20 for lethal gaming gear. And then the Super Glides, these came with the mouse, but if you were to buy these separate, they're $22. Super Glide, Pulsar does sell Super Glides for a bunch of other mice. Same way with lethal gaming gear. However, Ninjutso only sells these Hyperskates for the Ninjutso Katana Wireless at the moment. I believe there was some discussion that depending on how well these do, it's possible that they might sell skates for other mice. I personally would love to see that because you'll see in this review that I really like these skates. I'm not crazy about the aesthetics of the lettering. I think they could do a better job on that. But I mean, how often do you look at your feet, your mouse feet? I mean, yeah, these are cool, but yeah, I mean, the Super Glides look cool, but I'm not looking at the bottom of my mouse very often. But still, I think they should do a little better job on the font. And on the lethal skates, I'd like to see some sort of labeling too in the future. So normal price wise, this is definitely the best deal. Performance wise, all three of these brand skates do perform differently. I wish I could have had the same mouse with the 3 different skates on there to compare with, but unfortunately, it's possible that I could do that with the lethal skates. I believe there's several mice that the Pulsar makes skates for that lethal gaming gear does also. I just don't have them, but I'm sure I could arrange that and do a better comparison with the same mouse with different skates. But like I said, I'm not sure if Ninjutso is ever going to make skates for other mice, but I definitely would like to see that. So speed-wise, the Super Glides are definitely the fastest of the 3, with the lethal skates right there in the middle, and then the slowest are the Hyperskates. But as far as how they feel, I would say the Hyperskates are my favorite because they just feel really, really smooth, and there's not a single pad that I have, even on the Blaze pad, which this is just uncontrollable on the Blaze pad. I mean, you have to have like Superman reflexes to be able to use it. Even this one, barely controllable on the Blaze pad, which is probably the fastest pad I have. But this right here, you can actually use this on the Blaze pad. And several other really fast pads that I have. I would probably say this is basically the speed of really nice PTFE feet, but just really smooth, which is what I really like about this pad. It just feels really nice. It's very enjoyable to use. The other thing that I did for the Katana, which I think is a great mouse, it's just, for me, a little too big for me, for my hand size. If they had just a smaller size Katana, I think I would just absolutely love it, and I would probably main that mouse, because everything about this mouse is really good. I mean, the sensor is solid, the weight distribution is solid, it's light, and all the buttons are snappy and spammable. The mouse wheel I really love. For me, this is probably my favorite productivity mouse, but for gaming, while it was above average, I would say it wasn't the best, mostly because of the size. But these glass skates definitely helped me perform a little bit better, to where it's still not the best performing mounts that I have, but it improves on an already good mouse, and it's much closer to my other favorite mice. So what this essentially does is take this big mouse and makes it just a little bit more maneuverable for me, to where I had to palm it just to be able to use this, but now I can claw this mouse now, which I couldn't really do before with the PTFE skates that I had. So this mouse is just a little bit more usable for me than it was before. Now, I've only been using this for a little more than a week, and I'm going to continue to use it. And if for some reason the skates wear down on me, I'll definitely post a follow-up on it. In fact, I'll probably do that on all of these, because so far none of these have slowed down for me like other people have reported. This one I've probably used the most of all my glass skates, and I don't notice any difference in it. But I'm not discounting other people that do. But for me, so far, I haven't. And I haven't used this mouse a whole lot, other than just when I'm testing mouse pads. I do have some other lethal skates for some Vaxi mice and in-game gear mice. And I might stick those on those mice and do a little bit more testing on the lethal skates. But I might save the in-game gear feet, because I have a feeling that the feet might actually work on the wireless version when it comes out. Hopefully it'll be the same, but I'm not sure. So for sure, if you already own a Katana wireless, then I can easily recommend getting these glass skates. Another great thing is they provide an extra set of PTFE feet, so if you find that you don't like these, you can just go back to the PTFE feet that were on there before. So that was really nice of them. As you can see, I also left the center ring on, which I don't see any reason to take it off since they don't make a glass ring for it. But they do give you a second one of these too, so didn't really need to do that, because I don't know why anybody would take that off. The other thing is, these feet don't mess with the LOD at all, so if you're worried about that, I can confirm that the LOD is just fine with these. So Ninjutsu, if you're watching, please make more feet for other mice. I'd love to see one for the super light for sure. I've got these core pad airs on there, and I like them, but I'd love to see Hyperskates for the super light for sure, and maybe for the Viper V2 Pro. So again, if you've got this mouse already, or you're thinking about buying this mouse, I highly recommend getting a set of Hyperskates with it. I think it's definitely worth the money. $16, it's definitely worth it. And also maybe bug Ninjutsu like I'm gonna do about making these glass skates available for other mice. Just let her. And if you've got these skates already, let me know in the comments if you also like them, or if you don't like them, tell me why. And if you'd like to see these skates on other mice, then yeah, leave a comment. And you can also bug Ninjutsu on Twitter. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. Anyways, that's about it. I'll have a link in the description if you want to purchase these skates. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Leave a like. If you haven't subbed yet, go ahead. If not, no big deal. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.